Thank you, Miss Sue, and thank you, Lulu. What a genuine icebreaker, and what a beautiful way for us to get to know you. You hit a lot of the marks on the evaluation for the icebreaker. Your voice was very clear, and I think you were very organized in the way that you presented your speech. When you first said you were going to do a poem, I thought, oh, we're not going to find out much about you, but we found out a lot, and that was your goal. Your voice is very strong, and one of the things you did incredibly well was your pacing. So you had lots of time in between for us to catch up, especially in the delivery of your poem. Your eyes were consistently just off the camera. So acceptable that you're using notes, but when you're reading and you look down, then just look up every now and then to that silly lens that nobody's looking back at, but try and just incorporate a little bit of that. Not all the time, but just every now and then, so we're not seeing somebody who's always speaking just not looking at us. So that's a Zoom thing, and it's different than when we present in person because we can actually feel the people and their energy in the room. So it's just a tip. If you could try and look up when you know a point really well, or if you're telling a story that you can do 2 or 3 lines, then just pretend you're looking at somebody you know in the camera. I think you did an amazing job at understanding the audience. You were invited us to give you feedback and to support you. I want to say you did a few things really, really well, and English isn't your first language, so huge kudos to you. I love the use of threes. So you do 1, 2, and 3, and you started out saying, I have a PhD, supply chain engineer, I do financial work, and I'm like, wow, what else does she do in her career? Boom, I'm a poet in Chinese. So it was a really good twist. It's a very clever way to get your audience to pay attention, and I thought that was very clever. Your use of language, no wonder, whatever language you're speaking, is really commendable, super genial. And I'll just give you some examples of words that you said. Deep part of myself. I came to the world for poetry. I could not abandon poetry if I was to die. My career pursuits. I wish I could write English. And I say your grasp of the vocabulary is fantastic in English. And if I could understand Chinese, I would love to know what you're saying that you think is even better. The English, Chinese, the beauty of the different languages reveal the colors of the human heart and soul. Deeply moved by both. Your use of English language was superb. And then your poem, like a movie. I walked 1,000 roads. I'd heard that many times. I've climbed so many mountains, and I went, uh-oh, here we go, all the cliches. But walked 1,000 roads is new for me, and it was a good twist. And it belongs to my heart's home. You made pictures in our mind through your poetry, but also through the way you described who you are. Life is a colorful movie, and you're playing various roles. That was the way you ended. And just a suggestion for a way you might finish a little stronger is just say, challenge the audience some way and say, and what roles do you play? Or do you enjoy poetry the way I do? So just bring it out of the poem and back to this is me again as a conclusion. Congratulations on a superb, beautifully designed and genial icebreaker, Lulu.
Thank you.